Well, look how the Reds are now. So Ronnie O'Sullivan's not quite out of this frame just yet. One mistake from Mike, and there's a counter-attack on. There's not a ball safe on the table at the moment.
I think you may be able to have a go with this red into the left-hand corner pocket. There is a gap between red and black, back down towards the table. He needs a bit of luck here. Well,
I'll tell you what, he's knocked so many long balls in. Because he's so far behind, he'll take this on. If this goes in, he's got a bit of a chance.
what a shot that is. I'll just look at the kiss he got on the red as well, purposely played. Free up the pink.
7.
That red that's gone close to the side cushion, Dennis, that's not going to be a problem for Ronnie O'Sullivan because he's so good left-handed.
8.
Surely Mark Selby can't make a 70 break and lose a frame. And of course, it's not only the frame, it would be the match, but you wouldn't put it past his opponent. Ronnie O'Sullivan relishes
15.
this sort of situation.
$16.
Ooh. Didn't want the kiss on the black, but he's okay. He can drop the pink in.
$22. $23.
Oh, that's a great shot. Fantastic shot, Dennis. At an acute angle as well.
Wow.
30.
What a climax we could have to this match. Because the red
31.
is okay. Ronnie can switch hands if he drops in behind this last red. He's got the perfect angle to do that. Wow, what a finish this could be.
Mark 38.
Knows that this is finished a little awkward here. The blue, which was knocked up there at the start of the frame, could be a little awkward. This next shot got to make
46.
sure he doesn't snooker himself with the blue.
48.
This has been absolutely sublime so far.
This could be one of the best
51.
frames ever seen. Having said that, he hasn't got on the brown as he wanted. He's got to go all the way around the table now. Where's the cue ball? Keep your eye on the cue ball.
55.
Well, where does he play it? In the middle or up into the corner?
It's there, but he's still got a little bit to do.
60.
Another good shot needed. Mark made a 70 break. Incredible.
66.
Absolutely incredible. Can you believe it? Ronnie O'Sullivan has pulled off
One of the finest clearances you could ever wish to see. Mark Selby made a magnificent 70 break. It looked like he was going to be one frame behind in the end with that brilliant clearance. Ronnie O'Sullivan takes the match. A fantastic match. 6 frames to 3.
Absolutely pulsating finish to a quite brilliant match. I'm sure you have enjoyed it just as thoroughly as we have. What a clearance to end a match like that. That's 73, John.
Unbelievable. And the opening red that he potted, the long red, that was absolutely sublime. He's cued this so well, got the cannon on the red, landed on the pink. But the rest of it after that was superb. He had to make, he had a few points to play with there, Steve, didn't he? He had to manoeuvre it around.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's one of the greatest clearances of all time. And I know we've seen some amazing ones, but the control, he lost position a fraction, but the way he knocked the balls in, so positive, the striking. If ever there was a doubt about the pressure play of this man,
Brilliant clearance, mate.
What a great clearance.
We're just lauding that as one of the best clearances we have ever seen any time. How did you rate it?
Yeah, it was there. It was a good first red, but under the pressure, I suppose it was all right. But I was never going to refuse a shot. I just thought I've got to try and clear up from me, otherwise. That was a chance,
You look and seem an awful lot happier about that performance than what we saw the other day against Mark, yeah?
I'm just... I mean, I don't feel great, to be honest with you, but I'm just trying to kid myself that I'm confident, I'm trying to play with confidence, even though I'm really not confident in
Yeah, it shows.
It's just unbelievable. Well, I can sit here and lie, but I can't, but... you're not going to win this tournament by playing negative, playing bad, digging yourself in a hole. I need to kind of try and find something. So unless I start playing as if I'm confident, then I've probably got no chance. And that probably just won me the game.
Just have a look down there. We've got a score sheet down there. That all them blue numbers, that's what you scored.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I know, but...
Including your 60th Masters century. Since what, 1994? I mean, the milestones keep coming and coming. But 5-2 up. Did you expect the Selby onslaught? Were you prepared for that? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was weird because when I didn't play in the UK. I was obviously working on it, and I watched a lot of snooker. And I had to watch every one of Mark's games. And he plays like granite against everybody. So I kind of stopped taking it a bit personal after that because I just thought it was just against me that he done it. But he never really gives you an easy opening. And he is the hardest match player on the circuit. And I just thought just keep trying to just pop balls and see what happens at the end.
In a curious sort of way, Ronnie, was it easier to get up to face Mark than it is to face anybody else because you know what he's capable of?
No, not really. Anyone that's in this tournament's capable of doing unbelievable things on the table. So there is no easy matches in this tournament, and it looks like I might have to play John because he's on fire. Can't wait to play John when he's playing well.
Well, it's John Higgins against Stuart Bingham on Friday night, so you're not going to know until quite late on the Friday night who it's going to be. But when you prepared for this one compared with Mark Williams the other day, was there you admitted there was a touch in there the other day about coming back to the big time. Did you feel more comfortable today, Ronnie?
Yeah, I felt a little bit more relaxed today. Yeah, I felt a bit more comfortable out there.
But that standard you produced, I mean, you probably are aware that most of the players in the game would come in the studio after that and go, that was one of the best matches they've played. So you're a hard taskmaster in yourself in a way, because what we saw was brilliant.
Not really, because I missed the red in the middle. When you're playing and you're trying to just squeeze past the tight ball. When you're playing well, they're just flying. But when you're struggling, mate, you think,
All right, well, let's put it the other way. Let's put it the other way. What were you most happy with today, then?
Just my attitude. Right. My attitude was fantastic. 4 or 5 years ago, I'd have been out there at 6-1, 6-2 at home, just trying to forget about how rubbish I felt at the table. But today I just thought, no, it doesn't matter. Just keep foot to the pedal all the way to the end, and then just see what happens. Because it can turn around. I know that. So I'm just trying to hang in there.
How far away are you then? How far away from you from playing at your pitch?
Essex is not that far.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to come this tournament, to be honest with you, because I just feel like I'm struggling with my technique. I'm so offline on certain shots that I'm just sort of like, it's just the occasion and the competitive instinct in me that's making me try and, find something from somewhere. But I'm not cruising like, where you're just kind of just flicking through the gears. I'm having to I'm like, I've gone to the well. I'm at the well every time, I'm giving it everything I've got.
That's a nice one to win as well, isn't it? If you can do it in that respect.
Yeah, of course it is, but it's nice to just cruise through as well, you know.
But a match like that, you know, something that's really entertained us, that's given us a few thrills, that's brought some really great form out in you. Does, you know, your decision to come back, and I know you've talked about your back and everything and being not able to defend a couple of your titles, but does it vindicate your decision to come back and to keep playing? Do you get a buzz out of a day like today?
Yeah, this is fantastic. You know, great occasion, great crowd, great tournament. You know, and if you can't enjoy this, then you know you shouldn't be doing. You know, shouldn't be playing the game really.
I think the people appreciate it. There's literally hundreds outside the window here, they're all waving to her all at the same time. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, they all loved it, and we loved it too, Ronnie. It's been a fantastic afternoon. Rest up, and we will see you in the semi-finals.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right. Well, tonight's match is the match between Mark Allen and Barry Hawkins. Barry, of course, playing his first ever quarter-final at the Masters. He's waited a very long time to get there. But for Mark Allen, well, he's been around the block in this championship. In fact, he's been to 4 semi-finals in the past. But he turns 30 in a few weeks. He's the lowest ranked player left in the draw at number 11. And John Parrott's had a quick word with him about how he's playing.
So, Mark, if you were doing your own school report for the season so far, what would it say?
Probably satisfactory, but could do better. I think the results have been decent. No, I've won a tournament, I've been in the final, I've been in the semis, no, I've been there or thereabouts in a few events, but don't feel like I'm anywhere near my best yet, so it's exciting times ahead if I can produce my best.
Now, you mentioned that you had a win. It was in Sofia, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Just as well you remembered that, yeah.
Brilliant to be back in the winner's circle. Great for your confidence.
It is. Nothing gives you confidence than like winning does. No, you can think you're playing well and be getting to the later stages of events, but if you keep losing, then you'll always be sort of down on yourself. And a win was great, and obviously to back it up by getting to the final, the Champion of Champions, where maybe didn't play my best in the final, but the whole way through the tournament there, I played pretty well, and sign of good things to come, hopefully. Now, you say the Champion of Champions, you got through there to play Neil Robertson, who it's fair to say has been the man of the season so far, so it was taking the best to beat you. It is. I feel like it's taken really good performances to beat me at the minute. Even the UK Championships, Martin Gould played like a man possessed, like he can, and then obviously doesn't back it up in the next few rounds, but no, he played brilliant against me, and I wasn't overly disappointed. My safety was probably the one downside, but I didn't feel like I played bad. So all in all, no, I know my game's in good shape, and it's taken monumental performances to beat me at the minute. Now, I know you won't want to give him any praise, but Terry Griffiths is back in the camp. Why? I feel like I need him. I had a season there without him. Obviously, for contract issues and stuff, I wasn't able to work with him, but I had a good season, so it sounds strange that I say I needed him, but I felt like I needed him in the big events more than anything else. I won a couple of tournaments and got to the later stages of a few others, but I felt that I wasn't quite right in myself. My mindset wasn't quite right, and Terry's great at putting that right, saying the right things at the right time, getting you relaxed, getting you prepared. He's a good man to have in the corner, and like I'm definitely happy to be back working with him. Now, are you happy with what you've achieved in the game, or do you think you've got more to offer? Definitely more to offer. I keep saying it every time I do an interview, but I do. I'm not happy just winning PTCs. No, I'm happy winning PTCs, but I'm not just happy winning them. No, I want to win the big events. No, I don't play snooker to win PTCs. They're great and they help, a few quid in the bank, but I want to win the majors. No, I'm no different. I want to be world champion. I want to be Masters champion. I want to be UK champion. No, they're all the ones that I aspire to be. I feel I've got the game to do it. It's a matter of producing it at the right times and consistently. Now, you've got a pretty decent record. You've had a couple of semi-finals, never quite been to the final here. Can you win this? Definitely. I know I've got the game. No, there's no one in the game that I haven't beat. So why would I be afraid? I want to go out there playing well. If I play well, I expect to win. And I think I probably know the answer to this one. I'm going to ask you anyway. But if you don't win, who wins? I don't care. Exactly right. I knew that was coming. I don't care. I don't really watch a lot of snooker when I get beat, especially when I've just got beat. But no, anyone can win this tournament. We're all good players. But if I don't win, I don't care.
Well, he knocked out the defending champion, did Mark Allen, and he's up against Barry Hawkins this evening, and this is their head-to-heads, if you like. And in the main matches, the major matches, it's Allen with that 4-3 advantage, but, you know, it's more emphatic when you consider league matches, exhibitions, all that sort of stuff. 9-3 he leads, so he has got a considerable advantage in overall matches played against Barry Hawkins. John, Steve, how do you see this one going tonight? Because these are the two fellas that have yet to make it in terms of winning one of snooker's big three. It's the last thing that they want to achieve.
I think probably, like a lot of these matches here, even though it is best of 11, which seems like you've got more meat on the bone, it's so close to call, and we know full well that the top players are so tightly bunched that, you know, it seems to be just who happens to hit form on the night, on the day.
Barry Hawkins is an interesting one because, what was it, 3 years ago at the Crucible, he'd never been past the last 16, and suddenly he gets over that hurdle, bang, he's in the final. And of course, and he's been in 3 semi-finals, bang, 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 one after the other, and this is the first time he's got past the last 16.
I know, he's come and he's not been a great venue for him, hasn't he? He hasn't played particularly well here, and then he wins his first match, who knows? I thought this was an incredibly tough match to pick the winner in. I think both players have got great qualities. I think Hawkins is a terrific match player. I think Allen is a brilliant scorer. It's interesting looking at, you say 9-3, but the last few matches they've played have been very close. It's been even Stevens but the last few matches, and I thought this was, of all the 4 matches in the quarters, I thought this was probably the hardest one to pick the winner in.
There is a very recent memory that they do have at the Crucible last year, and it was in the last 16 they faced one another, and Allen had an 11 frames to 8 lead, and Hawkins came back and won the last 5. That's a stinging memory for him from last year.
Yes, and whilst Mark Allen's got sort of a bit of attitude around the table, and that obviously counts for something, Barry Hawkins is relatively quiet, unassuming, and it's easy to dismiss that as him being too nice to be a winner. That's not the case, obviously. So therefore, yeah, there are many ways to play this game of snooker. Barry just goes about his business, and he can be very, very effective.
You can indeed, and I should remind you that Jason and John are going to be in the studio here at 7 o'clock tonight with the start of that match, and thereafter you'll be able to see it on your connected devices via the BBC Sport app and indeed on the red button. That's after 8 o'clock. But we're going to leave you with a couple more thoughts about what we've seen today, and surely one of the greatest clearances you say we've ever seen in the long history of this Masters. And the other players left in this draw now, what message will it have sent out to them, John?
Well, they'll have been watching, you can guarantee that, and they'll have said, his long game is devastating and it's going to be frightening to play safe against.
And for you, Steve?
Well, I agree with John. I mean, if your long game is in good shape, you're not going to make many mistakes. In your short game, you're queuing very, very accurately indeed. And that's enough to give you confidence.
It is indeed. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for it's been a fantastic afternoon, sharing it with you and sharing it with you at home as well. I hope you've enjoyed it wherever you've watched it. Let's have 1 or 2 emails and tweets in saying you have been watching it secretly at work, so well done. We will see you all back again, Jason will at least, at 7 o'clock this evening. Breathtaking afternoon. Catch you again soon. Bye-bye for now.